I've actually got a real good mix of work on my desk at the moment, so a mixture of strategic land deals and immediate site acquisitions, which is great considering how volatile the market has been in the back end of last year and the start of this year. And I'm also dealing with the sale off of the affordable units on a site that I bought in for a client about 2 years ago. And I actually walked the boundaries of that site when it was just a field, farmer's field, full of crops. So it's fantastic to see that it's providing some much needed housing, and particularly on the affordable side. I suspect what's keeping me awake at night is what's keeping everybody that works in the housing sector awake at night, all the same things. So the fluctuations in sales rates, coupled with the increases in build cost and the uncertainty surrounding the changes in the planning system, has led to our clients giving a bit more thought before parting with their capital, particularly in relation to the larger schemes or the longer term schemes. The good news is that we're still seeing a good pipeline of sites coming through from our clients, and that they are reporting an increase in sales rate. So that's really good news and really promising. I also think a lot about the housing shortage, and I think about whether the increasing house prices might put home ownership out of reach for certain people. I've actually got some friends that have been saving for years, and they have really decent paying jobs, and they are still struggling to get on the ladder. So I'm wondering what plans the government might need to introduce in order to solve this problem and to actually deliver upon the 300,000 new homes by the mid-2020s, which is what they've promised. What's next? So I think we're going to see more in the way of low carbon homes as the government attempts to bring all our greenhouse gas emissions to net zero. Consumers are becoming increasingly more aware of the need to live more sustainably, and this might partly be due to the increase in energy prices. So I think we're going to see more in the way of low carbon heating and high energy efficiency, more triple glazing, air source heat pumps and more solar panels. Our clients are really keen to deliver more low carbon schemes, and they are already delivering low carbon schemes, but I think more possibly needs to be done to make these new measures more cost effective. I actually read something interesting the other day that it's predicted by 2025 new build homes will produce between 75 and 80% less emissions than those built to current building regulation standards, which I think we can all agree is pretty great. So I think there will be lots of opportunities in looking at the challenges faced by young people in housing and how they might get a foot on the housing ladder. I think this will involve looking at how people's attitudes have changed in relation to how they want to live. Is it still the goal to own your home outright, or are younger people perhaps looking for more flexible options? I think it would be worth looking at whether there is an appetite to move away from more traditional home ownership, perhaps look at more flexible leasing options or do more in the way of shared ownership. I think this would broaden the housing delivery options that we have and would ultimately go some way to dealing with the housing shortage crisis that we've got. What is it about my job that I love? Well, it keeps me on my toes. The housing sector is constantly evolving. We've seen recent proposed changes to the planning system and biodiversity net gain, which we'll have to deal with as lawyers in due course. Each deal is different. Each site presents its own risks that we need to mitigate against, and I'm still seeing title matters that I've never seen before come up. And also I've been working for a number of my house building clients for the last 7 years since I qualified, and you really start to feel part of their team and part of their business, and I think that really helps me give the best tailored advice to that client, and ultimately it means that we can do the best job possible for them, which is what we all want to do.